Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. How's everyone doing? So, I'm good. So, I just posted a couple of charts on Twitter for the folks who are watching on YouTube. And for my friends in the room, I've just posted that chart. Hey, Christian. Exactly, Jam. Sorry if I sound a little bit like Donald Duck this morning. I've got a cold. Finally got it. The kids in the building all have it. I live in a building with about 300 apartments, so somebody gets sick, everybody gets sick. Ugh. Oh well, what are you gonna do, right? Uh, so apologies if I sound horrible. Um, okay, perspective, right? Perspective. Now, I know everyone's nervous as a cornered possum, but listen, folks, we have a range and we have a way of doing business. Okay, risk assets because these markets are thin. Okay, these markets are thin, and these markets are being run by speculators, massive speculators. There's a massive amount of speculative money. So you sell one risk asset, they all start coming off, and you get margin calls, which means they sell whatever they can to keep whatever position. Creates, a snowball effect of margin calls and margin selling. Now, Wednesday is the last day of the month to mark to market. It is coming up. That is month end. So, only an idiot, if they were underwater, would try and work out their position on the last day of the month, on month end, before a Thanksgiving holiday when there's no liquidity. You feel me? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly, Anne Marie. And we keep exactly. And Anne Marie, hello, happy Friday. Anne Marie brings up a very key piece of information. This zero DTE thing. We keep investing, we keep inventing products that bring volatility because the business likes volatility because they sell it to us, right? It's like finding a new kind of flavor of Dorito to shove down your guys' mouth, and you guys eat up everything. So if you say, "Hey, this is a new product, you can make a lot of money. It's Lamborghini time. Look, look," right? This guy just bought a Patek Philippe watch. He paid for it in 30 seconds, trading zero DTE. People are just like, "Give it to me, give it to me," right? They go nuts for this stuff, right? Because they're looking for that dopamine adrenaline rush, right? This morning, even, we had a very learned person say he was looking for a dopamine rush. He was looking for a thrill. And this wasn't some guy who just fell off a turnip truck. This is like an intelligent human being, right? Educated to a very high level of education. So if people, everyone is looking for that, they don't realize it's a business. They get carried away. Now, larger traders, hedge funds, family offices, private trading concerns, partnerships, LLCs, these people have huge, huge amounts of money. God, Josh, that gum was horrible. Remember that gum they called Thrills? Yeah, that was horrible. They used to sell that in Canada and it tasted just like soap. So, you don't want that. It was really bad gum. It was nasty. We got another rotation going. This 67.88 to 65.47, it's a huge, huge level. Now, you're asking yourself, especially if you're on YouTube, where the hell did you come up with this level, JJ? And why is it relevant? Well, do you remember COVID? Most of you would like to forget. I sure as heck would. When we had COVID, we had a balance level from 27.49 and three quarter to 28.10. I took that and I kept doubling it and doubling it and doubling it. And the levels have been working for 5 years. In March, it'll be 6 years, and they've been working. Now they're about 3 to 4 ticks off. So yesterday, our low was what? 65.50 and a half. I was off the low by 3 points on a 245 point day. That's not bad. But the main thing is we didn't take out 64.57. Tonight, we looked underneath it and came back up. What is a look below and fail? A look below and fail means that somebody got all the cheap stuff at a really good price. Somebody stepped in here, shorts, wholesale logs, some of us, got in here, and now the market is trading 65.91. Okay? Today, we are going to look and see if that low from yesterday holds. Will it get tested? Most probably. Don't take anything for granted. Okay? Do not take anything for granted today. Eyes in the back of your head, and your head better be on a swivel. Unless, if you're not focused, if you're not concentrated, don't trade. Because you're just going to throw money away and then you're going to cry like a little baby. Okay? Don't trade if you're not focused. Like, I'm not feeling well. I've traded the micro this morning. Then I went to sleep and I haven't traded anything. Right? So today I will trade the micro with you. After this session, I'm going back to sleep. Okay? I am not putting my clients' money at risk if I am not 100% in a market that's volatile or at all unpredictable. Okay? It's a business. Don't chase thrills. Don't do, as the guy, as Red Foreman on the 70s show said, just don't be a dumbass. Okay? Don't chase this market. Have a specific trade that you look for. If that trade doesn't happen, you're not doing business. The other thing is, next week you should be trading less. All professional traders have shut down as of today into month end. I know when I was doing deals, we would get our wires today, we would get our wires on Monday, and that would be it. We would take next week off. It is one of the largest holidays in the United States. Wednesday is Thanksgiving, so you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If you do trade, take 100% A plus setups. Don't try and improvise. You are not Pablo Picasso. Don't mess around and just take the look below and fail. If you're good at short selling, take the look above and fail. If you're not good at short selling, exactly, bring your A game. Don't be sloppy. Don't be lazy, right? Sloppy, lazy, that is just an excuse to lose money. Okay? I know it's not what you want to hear, but someone's got to tell you guys the truth. Okay? When you do take a trade, okay? When you do take a trade, put your orders out. If you are long, put your sell orders out. Why? Why don't I just trail my stop? It could go much higher. Well, that's how suckers trade. Real traders, when they take down a position, that means buying a position, they put sell orders all the way up. Because if the sell orders do not get executed, then you know that someone's front running your product. So you start selling. If you're short, put your buy orders in. Because it's a simple fact, if your buy orders do not get filled in a timely manner, it means the market's running out of supply. Okay? It's that simple. Do not wait for an invitation. Your mom's not going to come along, pet you on the head, and say, oh, poor baby, it's time for you to sell. Oh, I'll take the contracts off you. That's not going to happen. Welcome to the jungle, okay? Right? I should play that song before every trading session. Right? Welcome to the jungle. Right? Most of you who have been trading very docile, calm markets. Right? Yesterday saw a little bit of volatility. You guys have not seen anything yet. This is nothing. Right? A volatile market is when you're trading, you lead over, you throw up in your garbage can, and then you keep trading. That's a volatile market. Okay? You guys haven't seen anything yet. Prepare yourselves. The day will come. This is nothing. This is the teacups at Disneyland. Okay? This is for little kids. You guys don't even know what volatility is. That'd be great, Anne-Marie. If you know Axel, that'd be wonderful. So overnight inventory is long. It is natural to look for a move down and correction. We are opening inside yesterday's range. We are opening above the spike base of M period. Right? We did a look below and fail, and we're opening above the spike base for yesterday's M period. That is interesting. If that spike base down here, and we'll zero in on it on the next chart, if that holds, the trade will be sideways to up. Normal inventory corrections should come down, and we should test yesterday's low and even the overnight low. Okay? Watch out for that. That's what we're looking for off the open. Overnight point of control, where is it here? It is 83 and change. We have a normal high. Our upper stops are here at 98. Right? This is a great time for you new traders to learn. Right? It's not going to be very clear, unfortunately. So you have to pay attention. You have to rewind the videos and watch them again. You should be using your chart replay religiously. You should be replaying your charts like Mike Singletary in 1985 watching game film. Right? You got to do it. And if you don't know who Mike Singletary is, well, then I'm very, very sorry for you. What's up, Travis? You slept in? Don't trade. Do not trade if you slept in. Okay? Get yourself a cup of coffee. Right? Chill out. Football, Moran. Football. But the real football, the one with broken bones. Chicago Bears, 1985. Right? We had a normal correction yesterday. Now that sounds crazy because we had a 200 and something point range. But that is the way of these markets because speculators are in charge of these markets and market makers didn't just fall off the turnip truck, so they are dialing back their risk. So market makers, if you watch, there is, you know the Tom Lee guy? What's his name? The guy from Fundstrat, he was talking about margin calls and market making. There's something called net capital. Now, you guys don't know what net cap is, okay? Brokerage firms have something called net capital that they need to maintain. Market makers have net capital. So they have a certain amount of capital to allocate to every instrument they make a market in. So when the ranges are 200 points, they're not going to buy 5,000 contracts at every tick. So if somebody comes in to sell 5,000 contracts or a big order comes in, that's why you get these big red candles and big green candles if somebody comes in to buy, right? Good stuff. Take it easy, Travis. Be safe at work. You got to spread that capital out. So pretend you got a piece of bread and the capital is peanut butter, right? When markets are like this, think of the bread is now 8 times bigger than it normally is, and you still got the same spoon of peanut butter. These are thinly traded markets. Okay? Now, when you go to look at the nature of a sell-off, go look at Tesla. It's still right in its distribution cost basis. Go look at Microsoft, right? It's still above 469. The gap is still there. If the selling's really bad, Microsoft will come down and fill this gap under 420, right? Look at Apple. It hasn't even moved, right? Look at these big, huge deals. Let's look at leather jacket guy. Where's NVIDIA, right? NVIDIA is in a 179 to 195 balance right now, just like the ES. Does this look familiar, right? It's going like this. Looks above, fails. Look below, fail. Look above, fail. Look, right? Where are we trading? We're trading 181. If it breaks 179, right, watch out. The overnight low is something that you want to look at. I blame all this on MSTR. Yeah. Yeah, well, that deal is like a murder mystery. I mean, I was telling people it was going to go to 174 weeks ago, and they told me I was a crack baby, and there we are at 173. The cost basis is here, and they just sold the stock right back to cost basis, right? I don't know what this guy's doing. I don't know what his religion is. I don't know what he's, I don't understand the convertible math. All I know is when you write convertibles, somebody gets cheap stock and blasts it into the market. That's how convertibles have always worked. He's writing convertibles and doing whatever, but the stock, if you look at the chart, that is not the chart of a healthy company, right? I don't care what you tell me, that is not a healthy looking stock chart, right? I've been building charts for 34 years and that ain't a healthy looking stock chart. It's a horrible looking chart. PLTR back to this distribution cost basis in the 150s, okay? What else? What else? Oh, yeah. The rainforest. How's the rainforest? Let's check it out. Yeah, we went into 16 times cost basis and now we're back to 8 times cost basis on Amazon. It's still above $200 a share. There's a healthy correction. And where's the Google guys? Look at the Google guys. Google shrugged this thing off like when you punch somebody and they shake their head and smile. Nothing going on. Meta is a very, very tightly held stock, so it'll just come back to cost basis and bounce, right? Nothing really going on in equity land. The crypto deals are getting thumped because crypto is an insanely speculative asset, right? I don't trade crypto. I buy it and I put a little bit away when it gets really, really, really low. I've got my levels. Right now I'm looking for, on Bitcoin, I'm looking for a look below and fail of maybe 75, 72. I might have missed it. We'll see. We'll see. Right? We shall see. Just take it nice and slow. There's no reason to get all hyperactive about this stuff. Well, what do you think, Jam? You looked at the chart. I'm not saying anything. I'm saying look at the chart. I'm an idiot, right? I'm an idiot. Look at the chart. You let the chart tell you, right? Let the chart tell you. Look at the weekly chart of the ES, right? Look at the daily chart of the ES. Weekly chart cost basis is under 66.63. On the daily, we are still in 16 times cost basis, right? You know, it was just a nice, healthy correction. And there's that balance I was talking about, ladies and gentlemen, right here, right? That's what you saw on the TPO chart. So, you know, just be a little, don't fall for everything that they throw out there, ladies and gentlemen, right? Don't be the sucker at the table that falls for everything. SPY looking for 649.35. If you can hold 649.35, we'll get rotation back up. And yeah, people are going to do some pretty crazy and interesting things to make sure that their bonus is not screwed up. So don't get caught up in their stampedes. Okay? Alrighty. Let's see. What can we do here? There is the 1 minute. On the 4-hour chart, we've done a look below and fail of 65.64. Okay? Accumulation under VWAP, distribution above it. We're going to open up in about 4 minutes. Might be a little choppy and a little volatile after the open. So if you're a new trader and you're not used to trading fast markets, don't worry. Let it open, just relax, watch and see where your setup comes in. If your setup does not present itself, do not execute. Respect the money that you're trading with. If you have no respect for the money that you are trading with, it will not respect you, and it will run the hell away from you to somebody who does respect it. That is how business works. Okay? Respect the money. Don't be disrespectful. Right? A lot of you folks work hard for your money. Don't just go throwing it away. If you don't know what you're doing, come spend some time with us at tradingsyndicate.org. Don't waste your time with a whole bunch of stuff. Come and learn how to trade with just some practical common sense. You know, we'll teach you how to do it. It's going to take some time, right? We have a great AI now that helps us keep out of trouble. We have AI that's been trained so you're not learning how to trade from people who used to be waiters, right? You're learning from trusted sources. The base of the spike, my friend, is here. If you look right here, let me draw it out. That's when M period took the low. So 72. 65.72 is the base of the spike lower. Usually we get spikes up. This was a price spike at the end of the day. Price spikes are caused by having too much inventory one way or another and not enough order flow to hold it up. So the market goes to find the bid, and indeed it did. So the spike base is 65.72. We are currently above it. M period is the last period of the day before the New York Stock Exchange closes, Harris. Great question. So if that last half hour takes out the low or the high of the day, the theory is the next day, if business was to remain open, would we have accepted and stayed there? Or would we come up? And right now we're above it. So we're going to open somewhere here, above 79. Let's see. I'm seeing some bids. We've got sellers right here. If you're long, we're going to have some sellers right there. Tag. So overnight inventory is long, but it is not correcting lower. Ding, 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 ding. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Look at that. That's a short covering order. You guys see that? Overnight inventory long, not correcting lower. Look below and fail of 79. I didn't take it. I wasn't fast enough. I was adjusting charts, looking for my DOM. Right? Don't worry, it's going to backfill. Cost basis times 2. Profit, and then you get up into 4 times cost basis. So we're going to come back and test the open. Right? Beautiful short covering spike into the open. Let's see if we can hold 79. Remember, I am short biased, but not until we accept under 79. Short 78 half, covered 76 3/4. Could have done that a little better, I think. Could have done that a little bit better. 2 micros. There's some bids down there under 84. So let's go long 87 and try and sell 88. No, that didn't work. No, scratch. Right? You notice that it's okay. It's all right. It was just 1 micro. Okay, there's an 88 seller. Okay? That's why you got to be patient. You got to be patient to make sure that those sellers are out, are gone. Otherwise, the candles are so big, you can easily get caught on the wrong side. You will notice on that trade when I went long at the wrong spot, as soon as I did, I got out of the trade. Why? Well, because it really does not help to be wrong and stubborn. Okay? Being in wrong and stubborn is a really great way to go bankrupt. Okay? Overnight inventory is long, it is correcting lower. That's the normal course of business. If overnight inventory is long and does not correct, then it's trying to tell you that something's going on. Now, we're getting front running of VWAP by the short sellers. Their size is shown here. We've got a bit of a rotation between 76 and 89. Okay? I'm looking for sellers. Where are my sellers? They were here and then here. Right? When you're wrong, get out fast. Remember, the dealers, everybody is long underneath 97 from yesterday. Okay? So there is going to be some selling. You're going to have to use bigger stops. It is more volatile. Long 84, out 86 and a quarter, 86 and a half. Thanks, Peter. Exactly, Alexander. If you cannot see what is happening when a market opens and it's not clear, don't trade. Sit and watch. Right? Do what a smart person does. They observe and then they execute. They just don't go in and start executing with their eyes closed, right? Look below and fail of 79, selling 82. Sorry, long 80, selling 82. Right? So I'm just popping in and out for a couple of points. Right? It's okay to be wrong. Because look at the size of the candles, Harris. Did you ever watch Sesame Street when you were a little kid? One of these things is not like the other. One of these things doesn't belong. What about the opening sequence looks different? What about this looks different than that? There you go. Right? Real simple. Candles are bigger, you're going to have to use more stops. There's more volatility. Very simple. Okay, if you have a small account, if you're just learning, do not blow up your account in the first half hour of today. Okay? Good stuff, Matt. Good stuff. We're going to be wrong a lot in this business. Just get used to it. If you can control your ego in this business, you'll make a lot of money. Right? You see these things where the fund managers are talking and they got a big ego. Yeah, but they're trading with $4 billion. So if they're offside 20 grand on a trade, it's not a big deal. They spend more on lunch. Right? You cannot be 20 grand offside on a trade. Right? Harris, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. You have one contract, the rest is in value investing. You're trading one contract? What did I tell you this morning, Malaka? You're not supposed to be trading. You're supposed to be sitting and watching. But there you go. People just won't listen, so do whatever you want. Oh, oh, dear Lord. Okay. Rotation, rotation, rotation. Hey, some people will listen to you, some people just won't, right? What do they say in Italian? Testa dura. Hard head. Right? People are hard headed. That's okay. We'll take their money. Right? The more stubborn you are, the easier you are to take down. Trust me. Stubborn people are so easy to take their money. It's like taking candy from a baby. Just sit and watch. Long 81, selling 83, on 3. Couldn't get it. Ah, I'm out. Flat. Following direction is another thing. If traders can't follow direction, if I tell someone to do something and they don't do it, and then they come up with all these arguments and ways to justify why they don't do what they're being told, hey, good luck, man. Stubbornness is a byproduct of not knowing what the hell you're doing. There's the spike brace. Let's see if we can get underneath VWAP now. Hey, listen, Harris, all I can do is tell you what to do. If you can't follow directions, you're going to get eaten alive. Found the bid at VWAP, up over 79. Your justifications don't mean anything because they don't make sense. And I'm saying that with love. 78 to 82? Nice, nice, nice. People don't follow my advice because they think they're smarter than I am. It happens all the time. And they justify it because they think they're smart. Really tough. Very, very hard to teach some people. Go to the end of the street, turn left. Yeah, but I don't know. Blah, 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 blah. 2 days later, I blew up my account. Your ego is going to cost you all of the money that you made. And then you're going to throw more money at it because you think that that's going to help, and that's going to get eaten up so quickly. Right? Remember Hans and Friends? Listen to me now. You're going to get destroyed, especially with what's coming. Listen to me now or believe me later. Big rotations, big rotations. Yeah, people can't follow directions. That's the problem. They just can't follow directions. Right? Everybody always knows better. That's okay. Is there a tutorial for what? For listening and paying attention. Where's your mother? I'll call her and get her to slap you across the head right now. My New Year's resolution, and I'm saying it right now, is I'm not going to lie to you people. I'm going to tell you the truth. And when you're acting like a dumbass, I'm going to tell you you're acting like a dumbass. It's for your own good. Hi, little Naruto, welcome. So, if you're a new student, these videos that we do, it's to help people get through the trading day. If you don't know what you're doing, we also use these, right? You can't tell me anything right now. You've only been following it for a day, Harris. I told you to follow the red line this morning, right? Just follow it for a couple of months and then come back to me, okay, brother? Nice work on the BTC. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Good. Beautiful trade. Enjoy your time off now. I could tell. I could tell, Harris. I could tell. Looking for 50, 65, 69. Now, Harris, you're taking up all my time trying to discipline you, and you're wasting everybody else's. So either listen or don't. All right. We got people here who are actually interested in learning. Off of VWAP, we're looking for 79. If we cannot take out VWAP, you are looking for lower. We take out that spike base. Here we go. There we go. Short 72. Covering here at 69. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. See where the next seller is. Short 57 on 6. I mean 60, sorry, short 67 on 6, and I covered those at 64. Okay. I don't mind you asking questions, Harris, but I don't want you arguing with me because I don't see the point of it. And there are other people in the room who are trying to learn, and I'm wasting my time trying to convince you to listen to me, which is a massive waste of time. No seller at VWAP, seller at VWAP. What do you think? There's a little one, but not aggressive. Not aggressive. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let's see if we get any follow through. Wait for the next candle and see if we can get under 69 and stay under it. Jeez. No seller at VWAP. Very, very easy to blow an account today with these candles, and the market is thin. It's only about 30 contracts at every tick. There's no seller, eh, Moran? It's crazy. It's really crazy. So we came down and we tested that spike base, and once we tested that spike base, thank you, Truth. OPEX, OPEX, OPEX. I'm long 80, selling 83. I'm long 80, selling 83. Selling 84. I'm flat. It'll come back and test VWAP. These big candles, don't screw around. These are very big candles. Large traders are working out their positions. When they do so, we can get into trouble very, very quickly. Those in my coaching classes, I gave you guys videos to watch. I hope you watched them, and I hope you made sense of them. And if you didn't, you should be asking me questions. I told you what's going on exactly now. You should know the business. You got to know the business, folks. Okay. Long 78, selling 81. Out. Woo! Exactly. Big candles, man. Big candles. And now it's starting to get a little jumpy. I would advise newer traders to sit this out. Okay? What you should be doing is watching this, rewinding it, and playing it at half speed. If you are not a fast trader, you're going to get eaten alive. And I'm going to shut it down for now until I see a really clear setup. Okay, well, I had to take that. Long 78, out 80 half, 81, 81 and a quarter. Now, what I'm doing when I buy this thing is I put my sell orders in as soon as I get a fill. Traders in my coaching class, you know what I'm doing, right? Put in your bid, put in your stop. You got to use a bigger stop. What do you think of OBV? I'm sorry, I don't know what OBV is. I have no idea about MACD. If you guys look, are you guys looking at my screens? Do you see what I'm using on my screens? I just got a simple candle chart. On balance volume indicator? I have no idea what the hell that is. Never heard of it. Sounds like a lot of smart guy gibberish. Long 77, selling 86. The only indicator I have on my thing is VWAP because it is an institutional benchmark, my friends. Okay? Look at my screen. I mark out where the sellers are, and I got VWAP and my balance zones. Right? So I don't use any indicators. I don't use MACD. I got nothing against them, but I'm an ex-institutional trader and we trade order flow. We trade common sense and business. So we don't need technical indicators. You can get everything you need from these candles. You just don't know what to look at yet because you guys have all been programmed to fail. Right? You guys have all been programmed to fail because they give you all these indicators and all these things. They don't teach you how to use them. And you don't have a trade setup that or a business plan that incorporates that. So, you know, it's tough, right? As we are going up, you should be selling contracts if you are a long trader, right? Get your orders out, otherwise you are not going to get executed. Candles are the real time. If we take the A high, it's going to trigger stops. Everybody is now short under 65.84. Why do you think we're having this big green candle? Call the idiots who are short under 85 are going to start to cover now, and they're pushing price higher. You don't need an indicator to tell you how the business works. Come to our room at the Trading Syndicate and learn how the business works. It'll be the smartest thing you ever did in trading, and you won't waste your time. We'll teach you when to trade. We'll teach you when not to trade. All you have to do is pay attention. Right? What videos? Rudy? Is that you? The stops, Harris. The stops. And I'm also marking them on the candles, right? You can see there's a seller there. They sold there again. They'll sell there. They sold there before. They'll sell again. Don't worry if you don't know what you're doing. We'll teach you. Okay? Nobody comes into this business and just is naturally talented at it. It is the hardest business in the world to learn because you have been schooled in school and university to give money away. You have not been schooled on how to make money. That is why traders don't make money. I'm a little preachy today because there's a crap ton of whining. Right? And I wouldn't be telling you guys this. I could be like all those other trading educators that say, "Oh yeah, I made money, you didn't. Look at me, look at you." Right? That's not how you teach people. You gotta teach people. Sometimes you gotta tell them. You gotta tell people the truth. You can't lie to people and tell them they're gonna be successful if they can't frickin' pay attention. It's not gonna work. Right? Good stuff. Big rotations, folks. Right? Big rotations. What are we rotating? We're rotating inventory. We still haven't tested yesterday's low. Is that going is that going through anybody's head? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller. There you go, Moran. Now Moran's been with me since the beginning. She thinks like a proper villain. Right? We went underneath that spike base, but we dipped our toe in the water and it was not pleasurable, so it came right back up. Well, all it means is nobody needs to sell under 62. But I don't know. It would be very, very odd not to test yesterday's low. Right? Now, I know we're only in the first half hour of trading, so. Yeah, we haven't even tested the RTH close. Right? Let the chart tell you what's going on. It's trying to talk to us. Slowing down a little bit now. Let's see what happens. The next half hour bar is going to open here, and let's see. Can it take out and stay underneath VWAP? Hey, AZS, what's going on? We've had rotations. They're a little buck wild, but we've had some rotations. Ooh, caught a bid. Well, after a 240 point down day, it's very unusual not to go test the low of the previous day. If we can't get down there, it means somebody's really caught short, which happens a lot. But you also got to remember, we're only half an hour into the day. So I'm just trying to make you guys aware. Do you guys know what situational awareness is? You ever heard of situational awareness? I'm trying to make you aware of the business environment so you don't just think it's going to go straight up and you buy and you buy and you buy and it keeps going lower. Okay, so things like testing a previous day low after a 240 point dump, it kind of makes a little sense. It's not that I'm not a fan of it, Joe. It's just that I haven't done it 1,000 times and I don't know it inside out, so I don't trade what I don't know. It's not a reference that I take. I can see that you're kind of into it. If you're going back and forth around the open, it means that the order flow is a little wishy-washy, right? Right? But here's the thing. I like sticking to these zones. Why? Because they tell you where the stuff is priced. Once you have a cost basis, right? You know where to buy, you know where to sell. Okay, OJ Simpson, I didn't say no indicator works. I said I don't use indicators. So if you're going to argue with me, please don't misquote me. Okay? I said I don't use indicators, and I said specifically that retail traders have no idea how they work, so they cannot incorporate them into a business setup, and therefore they lose money because they jump from indicator to indicator without having any clue of the underlying business. So if you're going to come in here and argue with me and try and be smart, at least don't misquote me. I'm getting a little tired of that. Yeah, YouTube chat's a little spicy this morning. Everyone's getting too big for their frickin' britches, right? It's okay, right? Dear Lord. Let's see if we rotate back up over 69. I think the caps lock is broken. uh, I'm gonna be a little spicy today, guys. I've got the flu, so if you're gonna take pokes at me, I'm gonna poke back, and you have no idea the kind of poke you're gonna get. I know. You get my blood pressure up, and you're definitely not worth it, Simpson. Looking for the spike base at 72. What are my insights about markets crashing? When you see 400 million shares of Apple go across the tape and the price go and start crashing 20, 30%, then you can worry. Right now there's no market crash. Okay? Markets correct. Markets have large ranges. You'll know when there's a market crash. Dumping is just normal business. It's a market. 79 back again. We're going to rotate up to 84. Hey, listen, man. Hey, Patel, I'm here to try and help you guys. If you don't want my help, you know where the door is. Right? This is not a place for people to come and pontificate. I'm trying to help people make a living, Patel. Like if you were not pissing around, you'd be long on a look below and fail of 79, right? Right? I'm trying to help regular normal people make a living, right? If this keeps up, I'll just cancel the YouTube chat and you guys can just listen, right? I understand it's Friday and I understand people are a little pissed off. But don't come into my videos and try and correct me, okay? It's not appreciated. Okay? Have a little manners, have a little respect. Don't be a dickhead. All right, coming back under 79, looking for bids at VWAP at 74. When I have to deal with you idiots, then I miss calling out trades for the people who are actually trying to make a living instead of like sitting around with their thumb up their ass. Okay? We have people in this room who make money. There's VWAP. We're just in a really big rotation for the last, oh, since the open, really. Big rotation. Good distribution, right, Moran? The inventory from yesterday and the cheap inventory from last night, it's getting distributed in this huge range. It's beautiful. Hey, man, you're here listening to me, Patel. I'm not listening to you. Jesus. Where do these fucking people come from? Dear Lord. I'm kind of getting sick of this. I thought I'd open up the YouTube because people were like, we kind of miss YouTube. And it's like getting trolls again. I'll shut it down next week. Back to the people in the room. I'll do the morning ones. I think the RTH YouTubes just bring too many idiots. It is a negative atmosphere, isn't it? You're trying to help people, right? And it takes away from your concentration. Let's see if we can take out this 64 level, folks. I'm just touchy. I've got the flu, so I'm right like not in the mood for it. That's all. Hey, I used to be a bouncer. I'm used to dealing with a lot of idiots. Everybody's a tough guy when they're talking on chat. It's different when they're face to face. Caught that bid at 64 again. So once again, we're finding those bids under 64. If we lose that 64 level, then I'm definitely looking for the close. But every time we come down here, it's like boing, right back up. Here, let's test it again. All right. I'm ridiculously short biased because I think we should test the low. Even if we just go and give it a love tap and come back up. Hmm. We stay above 69, we're going to 73. Yeah, usually after I sign off at 10:30, then you get a big move, right? Okay. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking to see. You see how the sellers are now selling underneath VWAP? The last two candles, the tops of the last two candles have not been able to get back over VWAP. That means the sellers are putting it on sale. This is what I'm looking for here. Now, all it takes is for one large buy order to come in and it will rip to 79, but I can see the sellers are here, you see? They're coming in here, here. The next candle is going to open. If that candle can't get above 65, 69, then we'll start breaking lower. So far, we're getting bids down here. If we lose that seller at 72, don't be short, okay? It's okay, Travis. When you open up these YouTube streams, you get, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help some people. And, of course, we'd like people to come into the room. But you get all sorts, right? You taking scalps off that 64? Just be quick. I am listening. Just be quick. Once again, 64. Told you not to be short if it broke the top of this, right? Because that's where you get wicked out. Yeah, exactly, Josh. You're right. I'll probably do that. Oh, I kicked him out. Don't want people ruining the flow. It's very mechanical. It's very mechanical, right? And that's because we're an electronically traded market, right? So it's very precise. Good observations. Yeah, right now I am listening. I'm just going to chill. See, there we go. We lost that 64 bid. Let's see where we find the next bid. See, now we've trapped a bunch of longs above 69, right? We've been retailing, as Moran said, good distribution. We've been retailing it out, right? We're looking for 52 to the downside, which is yesterday's 5 p.m. close. Let's go tag it. Is anybody watching this? I have some friends who are along this BMNR thing. I don't quite understand it, but man, I don't like the chart. Jeez, $25. Makes my stomach turn for the people who bought that. I don't know, these crypto deals, I'm not knocking crypto. I own Bitcoin, but these crypto deals, man, I don't know. The charts do not look healthy. Good thing, good thing there's a lot of money out there. Bob, Michael, Nancy, Ray. Truth. It's that guy, Tom Lee. And not the Tommy Lee from Motley Crue. Tom Lee, the fund manager. Found the bid again. Okay, listen, we're gonna have to build up some more inventory above 69 before we can tag that close. That was very telling, 52. So just trade the rotations after I'm done here in 10 minutes. And if it breaks, just don't be on the bad side of a break. Okay, that's really. I'm looking at 65, 64 and a quarter on my 4-hour candle chart, and we've been going back and forth and scrubbing the hell out of it. Here, let me just pull it over. All right, so for a 4-hour time frame, this 4-hour candle, we've been going. See, there's a big cost basis here, folks. See? Remember that big liquidation that we came to on the 10th of October? It came down here, right, to 65.40, and we looked underneath it and failed. We couldn't get to 65.15, and we keep going back and forth over the top of this balance zone. That's where this balance zone is created on the 4-hour. So what that means is we came back to cost basis. It's going to chop around here, but remember what we said. If this market cannot get lower, it will rotate higher because that's what they have to. They have to do that with their inventory, right? You got inventory, you got to take it higher and sell it. So even though I am short biased, I mean not like crazy short biased, but short biased enough to test the close and the previous day low, let's see, maybe we can get down there this time. Here we go. Here we go. No. Psych. Looking for the close at 52. $65.65. I have that level on another chart somewhere, Carnivore Kid. There we go. Look how they're front running the close. Woo! Big green candle. Where do they sell into it? 66? No. Eh. No, it's not irritating, Carnivore Kid. Not a problem at all. Damn. Too much short covering. We can't print the close. We've tried a couple of times now. So if we flip above 74, we'll go 79.84. Okay? Oh, for the newer traders, I would wait maybe another hour or so, and the price action should hopefully calm down. So if you're long and it flips over 74, you're looking for 79. There are sellers up here, right there at 76. Really take your time with your trades, you know? Really take your time with your trades. Measure twice, cut once, right? Exactly, Lonigan. Nothing to see here, right? 20.1 minute candles. Nothing to see. Just regular, normal business, right, brother? Oh, man. Just wait till Christmas. It's going to get buck wild going into year end. Can we take out that 76 seller? Oh, let's go to 79. Come on. Big stretch. No, not just yet. There's 79. The more short sellers, Harris, the more buying. Simple as that. Looking for that B high at 88 and change, right around here. There you go. How many people did we got short under 69? I wanted to short it, but I just saw it was just like trying to close a suitcase that was overstuffed. You couldn't get it lower. Brutal. Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm ready for this weekend. I don't know about you folks. Sleep. You got it, Alexander. We have a lot of trapped longs above 66.26. Most of them would have gotten flushed out yesterday, but there is still inventory to clean up. Watch the market. Remember that this market could lose the bid in the afternoon. So be on tap. Think about that, right? If we can't get over 6,600, 65.97, 6,600, if we can't get above that, then be careful holding longs into the weekend. This thing could be very, very volatile going into the close of business today, that's for sure. Okay? Don't take anything for granted. Please, folks, Friday is the day that you keep the money that you made this week. If you didn't make any money this week, that's okay. Don't try and make it all back on Friday. Okay? Be smart. Trade smart. Watch your risk. Don't get distracted. You'll be fine. If you don't know what you're doing, please come visit us at the Trading Syndicate. We'll teach you how to understand this crazy business. We also have our trading AI, which is very, very helpful because it's been trained from a lot of the best trading minds out there, not just myself, people who are much smarter than me. So the information you're going to get is accurate. Okay? Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you on Monday. Our website is tradingsyndicate.org. I am JJ. I am vwaptrader1 on X. And I will always help you if you're polite. So all you got to do is be polite. I will reach out and help if you need anything. And one thing I'm going to say before I cut off this YouTube is if any of you are really struggling and you're having issues and you're starting to get depressed or angry or those kinds of things and you need help, reach out, okay? Before you do anything that you're going to, just, if you're having a hard time, if you're struggling, reach out, okay? Love you guys. Have a great weekend. And always remember, do not take candy from strange market makers, okay? Thanks, everyone. Stay out of trouble. Have a wonderful and safe weekend. Bye for now.